Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakakadash, double honor to the apostles at GreatMillStone. This article here is about nuclear weapons. Who has what at a glance now. I'm going to read some information on this. I'm going to bring out a scripture. But as you can see, this chart, this is supposed to be the actual numbers of how many missiles there are in the world. Which, and like I'm going to say, this article probably, updated June 2018. Now, this is just obvious, but there's way more missiles than this, and there's way more technologies than this. There's way more missiles, there's way more technologies than this, even according to Revelation. It gives you a certain amount of nukes that America's going to be destroyed by. But what you got to understand with these armies and these nations, they're all hiding things from each other. It's all covert operations. They deal with spies and all. These nations, the allied powers of China, the allied powers of Russia, allied powers of the US, they all want dominance. They all want dominance, and the Lord is setting them up to get ready for the war. And they're all really boasting about the missiles and the technology they got. Now they've got secret technologies, different war. War now is so technological and so advanced that Esau pretty much ain't going to show you what he's got, because it would blow the average person's mind. So that's just pretty much what it is. Now let me go. It says, at the dawn of the nuclear age, the United States hoped to maintain a monopoly on its new weapon, but the secrets and technology for making nuclear weapons soon spread. The United States conducted its first nuclear test explosion in July 1945 and dropped 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Just 4 years later, the Soviet Union conducted its first nuclear test explosion. The United Kingdom, France, and China followed. Now, we're living in a time, bro, where this, you gotta be into history, man. This history, this even just this history of these countries affects everybody on the planet. Whether you like it or not, whether your mind's open or not, you're being affected by these things. These major powers that be, which is in the book of Revelations 13 and other scriptures and stuff like that. But these powers that be out there, these superpowers, are coming against each other, and they're rivaling each other. They've been rivaling each other, as you can see, going back for nuclear prowess, because America, pretty much went around dropping the atomic bombs. And other nations making their own unions and, through different reasons. But you had the space race, right, and all that. These nations, these powers that be, have been rivaling each other, and that's just the fact of the matter. So this is the time we're in, right? India, Israel, and Pakistan never signed the NPT and possesses nuclear arsenals. Iraq initiated a secret nuclear program under Saddam Hussein before the 1991 Persian Gulf War. North Korea announced its withdrawal from NPT in January 2003 and has tested nuclear devices since that time. And on America, they're pretty much saying no one's allowed to have these nukes. You don't want Iran having these nukes and stuff like that. But these nations, they've already got the technology of the nuclear missiles. We're not in the time of you need to develop them. They've got nukes. We're at the door. They've got nukes. And these nations are keeping their little... They're not going to tell you all their cards. Where was I left at? Still nuclear non-proliferation success outnumbered failures and dire forecast decades ago that the world would be home to dozens of states armed with nuclear weapons have not come to pass. Now you got all types of nations with nukes. Now the scriptures tells you that. And you know, a matter of fact, let me get this. Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So, as it stands, you know, the way this is being set up is that these nations have got nukes. Now, then, you know, they got, like I said, they got more nukes than what they're laying out, way more. You know, Esau doesn't tell you what's going on. The technology and stuff that they got, they don't tell you what's going on. You know, the military is all secretive anyway. You know what I mean? The nuclear stockpiles of both the United States and the Soviet Union and Russia numbered in the tens of thousands. Beginning in 1970, US and Soviet Russian leaders negotiated a series of bilateral arms control agreements and initiatives that limited and later helped to reduce the size of their nuclear arsenals. So the nuclear stockpiles was in the tens of thousands. Right, but now they're saying it's gone down to, what, today the United States and Russia each deploy roughly 1,400 strategic warheads on several hundred bombers and missiles and are modernizing their nuclear delivery systems. They've got a whole bunch of nukes. It just said at the top their nuclear stockpile was tens of thousands. Okay. And you know what, I might just try, I'm going to save this article and I might use it again and go into it even further. We'll see how the spirit works. China, India and Pakistan are all pursuing new ballistic missile, cruise missile. See, because the major powers that have got the nukes is China, America and Russia. Okay. They're like the three main superpowers. Now, let me okay, let me do this. Let me get the scripture out. Okay, I always get this. Ezekiel, was it 38? Right. Ezekiel 38, and I'll start from 2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the prince of Meshech and Tubal, which pretty much is over there in the land of Russia. Okay, when you look into it, because that's where it was, the modern day land of there. That's who the modern day Meshech and Tubal are. He says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Iranians, Ethiopia and Libya with them. And didn't you see what America did to Libya? And all of them with shield and helmet. So these nations, they're ready for war too, so they're gonna have to have nukes. But the major powers that have got these missile armaments is the Lord's revived back the Soviet Union, Russia. You know, because you had a lot of history. I mean, at one point it was allies, then they ain't allies no more. You know, like they kind of like had some kind of relations of it, but you know, the Lord's put the spirit, because the Soviet Union broke up, but the Lord's put the spirit back into them to rise up and to be that one Russia, you know, and to rise up, and that's for this World War III battle that's going to take place. Okay, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar and the North Quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. Okay, so I could go in read all of that. But I mean, I just wanted to bring out this article because we're pretty much in a time of so like I said, I might, in the spirit, I might come back and do another video on this because I've been doing, you know, we're in a time of war, man. So like I said, you know, and Revelations tells you that there's way more missiles in this. We just read about the tens of thousands of nuclear, and now they're narrowing it down to these numbers. That's BS. That's BS. You know, we're in a time of global proliferation, bro. And Esau, you know, like I said, you know, this is going to be, we're telling you for the Spirit of the Lord, for the prophecies, what's going to happen. And, you know, there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing you can do to hold this back. You know, like, you know, this information here that is on the screen keeps a simpleton at ease. You think that they're going to go around disarming these nukes? These nations don't trust America. You think they're trying to do away with their nukes? You think they're trying to tell America of all their technology that they've got either? You think America's trying to tell them of how much nukes they got and how much technology they've got too? Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. Let me read that part again. I'm going to close out. Concluded the nuclear stockpiles of both the United States and the Soviet Union, Russia, numbered in the tens of thousands. Okay. So they've said from all the way up there, going down to here, they've reduced that much nukes. Are you fucking serious, mate? BS. BS. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom, man. We're in the end.